Doesn't matter who says what, you'll always know who you are. We've tried that, doesn't work. Take away communication and things fall apart.
Okay, hi everybody. We are doing session 1 with marriage counseling coaches. And let's start with, obviously in marriage, we realize that men and women is not the same, they differ. And just for interest sake, if you want to know how to make a woman happy and how to make a man happy, here's just a slide for that. First of all, women. Dine her, call her, hug her, support her, hold her, surprise her, listen to her, laugh with her, cry with her, compliment her, smile with her, romance her, believe in her, cuddle with her, give her flowers, give her jewelry, hold her hand, write love letters to her, share your heart with her, and go to the end with her and for her and back. And you have a happy wife. Isn't that just easy? Just those few things that you have to do. All right, men on the other side. Let's see what men needs. All right, there it is. Show up naked. That's it. All right, all right, anyway, we're talking about relationship. Why is relationship so hard? Now, there's a couple of things, but I think one of the aspects that we don't really always think about, I will mention here. First of all, a whole family creates whole children. So, that's actually a huge problem for the enemy. You know the enemy? We're looking at John 10:10. The thief comes not to does not come except to steal and to kill and to destroy. So the enemy wants to destroy. And the number one thing the enemy wants to destroy is relationships. Absolutely. He destroyed the relationship between God and men right at the beginning. So he is into destroying relationships. So what I'm saying is, when you enter a relationship, you enter a war zone. Okay. When you get married, it even gets worse, and when you get children, it even gets worse. It's like moving up to the front line of the war. So what am I saying? I'm saying that the enemy is real, and we mustn't forget that the enemy is real. So yes, your partner is not your enemy. The real enemy is the enemy that wants to steal your relationship. All right. So, like I said, the whole family creates whole children and whole people. Kids without their father or the absence of their father's love, all right, creates broken people, children. All right. Very interesting. Absent father or father's love. 85% of prisoners and drug addicted, 80% of prostitutes and strippers. You have a 92% more likely to get divorced and have premature birth. And that creates the next generation of broken people. Can you see why the enemy hates relationship and why it's important for him, especially getting the father or the father's love out of any marriage, to destroy that first of all. All right, so what am I saying? I'm saying invest in your marriage and you invest in your kids. The biggest gift you can give your children is to love their mother and their father. A child doesn't want to call somebody else their father or their mother. Their mother and their father. Doesn't matter how many things they do wrong. They always want their father and their mother. So the biggest gift you can give that child is to come home to a house where their father and their mother is living. All right. So, and then obviously the next thing, we all know that your child will follow your example, not your advice. I mean, we've got advice from other people, and do we always take it? No. But we do obviously easily follow examples. So what am I saying? The best way to teach your child is to show them. All right. So you want to teach your child about love. If they experience and receive love, they will give love. When your child grows up in a household where they experience love, it will be easy for them to give that exact same love one day when they get married. You are investing not in just your marriage, but your children's marriage. All right. The real enemies, we got just 3 ones. 2 I'm gonna talk about them a bit later. And the one I'm talking about now, I'll be talking about now. The first one is passiveness. All right, Proverbs 18 verse 9 says, "He who is slothful in his work is the brother of him who is the great destroyer." So the word says destroyer. So being passive is the same as being a destroyer. Passiveness, not doing the things that you know you have to do, actually destroys your marriage. The next one is pride. Again, Proverbs 16:18, it says, "Pride goes before destruction." Pride can destroy your marriage, will destroy your marriage. All right. And then obviously the next thing, Solomon said, enthusiasm without knowledge is no good. So you're standing in front of the church and you're excited about this marriage, and everybody believes that this marriage is going to work. So the problem is, we really don't know, and I'm going to show you now, we really don't know what makes a marriage work. We only see the movies and we believe we just live happily ever after, and that is what we think it's going to be. But the problem is we lack knowledge. All right, so the first problem in marriage is a lack of knowledge. All right, Hosea 4 verse 6 says, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge." And I'm telling you, I've seen marriages getting destroyed because of lack of knowledge. All right, so first of all, we normally say, don't try to understand your wife, just love her. Well, let's go back to the word. The word says, Proverbs 3 verse 13, it says, "Happy is the man that finds wisdom, and the man that gains understanding." Understanding your wife. So, she is more precious than understanding is more precious than rubies, and all the things you may desire cannot be compared unto her. Nothing, just imagine, nothing you can desire. Think of all the things you can desire. Nothing you can desire can compare to understanding. And that's what I'm saying is understand your partner, understand your wife, and your relationship is going to be totally different. All right, so I'm going to give you all the how to do this. Next one is happy marriage is extremely simple, but it's not easy. To explain to you, if you want to run the Comrades Marathon, all you have to do is very simple, run 5Ks every morning, and in weekends you run marathons, so just do that for a year long, 5Ks every morning, weekends marathons, and you'll be set for the Comrades. All right, that's simple, but is it easy? No, it's not easy. And I'm going to show you through this course that having an awesome marriage, having a healthy marriage is actually very simple. Not easy, but it's actually very simple. All right, so the first thing is, like I said, the couple is standing in front of the church and what they want is a happy marriage. But are they going to have it? All right. What I'm saying is now, in life, you don't get what you want. That's what they want. You don't get what you want, you get who you are. Say, for instance, if we just take wealth, did you know that 80% of people that win the lotto loses all their money within the first year? Everything, and I mean a lot of money. So, then you get Donald Trump, got a lot of money. In his life, he's lost everything, but he just gained it back again. Why? It's because who he is. So the person who you are is going to give you what you're going to get. That's why the person that gets all this money is not going to make him richer. He's going to lose it all because he as a person haven't changed. He's never learned how to work with money, how to invest money, how to make money grow. He's always had, It's not the person who he is. So you have to actually change who you are. If you want to be a healthy person, you have to have a different lifestyle. You have to become somebody different to have a healthy. You can't stay the same person. It's not possible to stay the same person and have a different health. You have to change. All right. So that comes to one of, I think, the biggest problems that we have is with couples that comes to me for marriage counseling is people think broken marriage is like a broken vehicle. You must just fix something. It's right. Listen, my starter's not working. And just fix the starter, then the vehicle can go again. So they come to me, so please just tell my wife she must just stop doing this or this. Or my husband, just tell him to stop doing this and this, and then our marriage will be fixed. That's not how you fix a marriage. You don't fix a marriage. You change it. So you don't fix a marriage, you change it. What do you change? You change you. You change yourself. All right. The next one is the moment you accept the responsibility for everything in your life is the moment you gain the power to change anything in your life. Okay. So you cannot remain the same person and expect your marriage to change. If you could just pause this video and just listen to what I'm saying, is you cannot expect your marriage to change if you don't change. The change is upon you. All right. The next one, God does not want to change your circumstances as much as He wants to change you. It's again, you must change. We always think our circumstances is not good. We don't want to be here where we are. That's not the real problem. The problem is us. God's waiting for us to change so that He can change the circumstances. There's a reason why you are where you are. All right. So what am I saying? I'm saying, if nothing changes, nothing changes. It's such a simple concept, but we battle to understand it. We believe that things can be changed without us changing. You have to change. And this means you have to make a choice. All right. So a choice must be made. And I'm going to give you, first of all, you see a boy and a dog there. The boy, it says choice. The dog, it says, the difference between us and animals. An animal will be what it is. A dog will stay a dog. It won't become a fish. It won't be swimming underwater. It's not a bird. It won't fly. It stays what it is forever. It will be a dog. It will always bark. It will do what dogs do. But men, human beings, can change. They can choose. And I'm going to just quickly show 2 examples. We got Jack Ma. So first of all, he failed the key primary school test twice. Failed at middle school 3 times. Failed for 3 years at university. Applied for 30 jobs, got rejected. Applied at KFC in China. By the way, they wanted 24 people, 25 people applied, and he was the only guy that got rejected. He applied for Harvard 10 times and got rejected. Today he's got Alibaba, multi-millionaire, huge online shop. So just because you're poor, you have something, you don't mean you have to stay poor. You can choose who you want to be. The next example, Tammy White, at 45, you can see how she looked, and she decided that's not how I want to look. It took her 10 years. 10 years later, she stood on the stage. So you can choose who you want to be. That is what the Bible is about. It says, Bible says basic instructions before leaving earth. It's an instruction manual. And you know what's the first instruction that it gives us? It gives us, just take one verse, and it says it a lot. Mark 1:15. Repent. What is repent? It means change your inner self. You change you. The old way of thinking. You must change your thinking. All right, so the first thing that must change if you want to change your marriage is to change your thinking. All right, so you must move from a goal mindset to a growth mindset. If you're doing this course, don't think, I'm just finished this course. It's not about finishing the course, all right? So, what am I saying? It's not important to finish the marriage course. The person you become in the marriage course. That is what's important. All right. So, the Bible is full of your thinking. Proverbs 4:23, it says, above all, be careful for what's going on in your heart. What you think determines everything. And then it says, the Amplified in bracket says, the quality of your life. Your thinking determines the quality of your life. Your thinking determines the quality of your marriage. Right. The Israelites. I love the Israelites. Let's look at Numbers 13, verse 30. But Caleb said, we can certainly conquer it. He said, we can. You'll see in red letters there, we can. The other said, we can't. It's the words that they said. And then in verse 24 it says, but my servant Caleb had a different attitude than the others have. And he said, so I will bring him into the land he explored. Why? He had a different attitude. What am I saying? I'm saying that your problem is not your problem. Your real problem is your attitude. All right. So I'm ending off. What am I saying? To change your marriage. Listen here. To change your marriage or any marriage. Number one is your thinking must change. All right. And that's exactly what I'm going to do in the next session. Is to change your thinking. And I got a little questionnaire after that I'm going to put in with session 2. And so we're gonna end off with a question: what is the purpose of marriage? We know what's the purpose of phone. It's to phone somebody. So the simple question is, what is the purpose of marriage? And we'll talk about that in the next session.
Doesn't matter who says what, you'll always know who you are. We've tried that, doesn't work. Take away communication and things fall apart.